I feel like being with someone other than black, they won't stress you as much.
Hi guys, we brought these guys back here and we're gonna start a new topic on would you date outside your race or would you rather date within your race? In case you didn't watch the last video, we have David over here and we have Mr. Melanin, Nana over there. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.
What's your preference?
Okay, I think I'll start with whom I'm attracted to first before I move into my preference. I feel more attracted to a black girl, but my preference would be someone other than a black girl, more specifically maybe a white girl. So that's my preference.
Okay.
Yeah.
Regardless, a black daddy is a black daddy. I want you melanin, dark. I don't even need you to be light skinned, to be honest. I just like black.
Same here.
Well, she
Black, one tone of black, like all that melanin, give it to me.
I think my preference would be a black guy too.
Hey.
Other races, like their humor, sometimes I don't get it, so.
Me personally, I will always like be attracted to a black girl because I feel like I'm just colorblind. Like it's not black and white for me. I don't know.
But like
So
you said,
within
on
your
a platter.
On a platter, you
Okay, on a platter, you give me a black and white girl, right? I'll go for a black girl.
But I guess my question is, sometimes, as coming from a
Yes.
guy's perspective,
Yes.
Okay.
why will black guys usually
Yeah.
prefer to be with the other race than be with the black? Yeah, I agree, you might be attracted to a black girl, but they
Why
would
would
still
you
prefer
prefer-
to be with.
Well, I mean, life is easier, I guess, with a white girl. That it's as simple as
But
that.
it's true though, that's
You know,
all
like
they say.
it's as simple as they don't necessarily stress you out like y'all do. Like y'all can just stress. Y'all can just stress like this little issue, and it can become an entire mountain, right? I don't want to be with a black girl who is constantly reminding me that look, you know, if this ain't going nowhere, that's the stress I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Being with someone, I feel like being with someone other than black, they won't stress you as much.
For black guys, there's no time limit on when you should settle down.
Yeah.
But like on a black girl, there's that pressure from your family as well, so you can't
Yeah.
really just say,
And I think
we're
that's
drama.
why there are some black girls who are so insecure with being black that they would rather date a white guy because it
Exactly.
gives her some sort. It makes her look less ghetto
Yes.
or
Yes.
less trashy.
Yeah, I'm looking for the street cred. I'm looking for my boys in Ghana to be like, yeah, that's a guy, right? The same way I think a black girl would do so too. And I know a friend who was so desperate to date a white guy that the white guy she went for wasn't all that good looking, right?
For me, if I see a black girl and a white guy dating, personally, once I see it, I'm like, wow, that must be a very boring relationship. Just my opinion. And that's just because when I tried dating white guys, I don't understand the sense of humor at all. But if it's like the same country I'm from, Nigeria, then okay, like I get it. You can say a slang, like it's funny, we both understand. Humor is a big thing for me. So I just look at it, I'm like, how do you guys even do you laugh?
Yeah, I feel like at the end of the day, you just have to go with your heart. I'm colorblind for me, so I
I have a question. When you're crossing the traffic light,
Yeah. I feel like me coming to Canada, right?
Okay.
I left Nigeria, I came here. I feel you should give yourself a chance to find, like you said, right? You don't like the sense of humor, but you can't tell me every white guy won't have a good sense of humor.
I was open-minded. I tried it.
And
It didn't work. I feel like, honestly, in my opinion, most races that are not black, in general, want to be with a black guy because number one, it makes them look.
It gives them a
It gives
status.
them exactly. They feel like they're black. For example,
it is like
exactly.
If they see you as a black girl, they are looking you in your eyes.
They want to be like
no.
you.
Yes,
Exactly. Exactly.
It's like it's beneficial when it comes to status on both ends.
Exactly. And it's like they're more open to please you because they want to remain in that relationship because they feel like they're more.
No one can mess with you. I have a black boyfriend.
Exactly.
Here's another thing is that I find that most black girls aren't as compromising as you want them to be. Like for example, this bedroom issue, right? A lot of black girls, when they make up their mind, say, okay, I'm not having sex until I get married. No amount of
Begging
will change your mind. You understand? Even if she decides to, have sex, yes, and there's something you enjoy, no amount of begging will make her do it. Do you understand? If she says at 25 I'm getting married, no amount of convincing will change your mind. But white girl, I like this thing you do, or I like this thing I saw in the video I watched. Can you try it? She'd be like, oh,
you're no for real.
No, I'm gonna
Like the white girl is more prone to like explore that without judging you and saying what kind of nonsense is that.
Where did you learn that from?
Exactly.
But African, like, oh, so
you want to come outside?
Yes. You want to come and pee on me?
Like no, we're not going to do that.
yeah, they're more open to anything
Open to
you
things.
bring.
I feel like the difference is because like how I said like a white girl like feels like she's on top of the world if she's with a black guy, so she's more open to try. But for me as a black girl, if I'm dating a black guy, that's just my preference. But I don't see it as like I'm getting like some extra street cred or that. So I'm less willing to like bend over my back, like no pun intended here, to like make you stop make you feel like special. But I feel like a white girl will strive to like keep that relationship because she's dating a black guy. She wants to remain in that relationship. But I really don't care. Like if you don't work out today, I'm going to find another black guy. Like point blank.
It is what it is.
I feel like age is such a factor for me. If I see a 25 and older guy with a white girl, for me, for some reason, I'm not as at 25. He kind of knows what he wants. So I mean, if he sees it in a black girl, good. If he sees it in a white girl, good. If you're between the age of 15 to like that 22, and I see like all this like blue rag type guy with the white girl, in my mind, I'm just like, he just wants her because he feels like you said, they're more laid back. They won't like nag you and stuff. Compared to if a 16-year-old black guy is with a 16-year-old black girl. We want you to be something already at such a young age. He must be able to drive. He must know where he's going with his life. And a 16-year-old doesn't want all that baggage associated with him. But black girls, we carry that. Like even at 20,
because I feel
and
like
they don't know what they're doing with your life.
Yeah.
Why am I in this relationship? At my age, whoever
Scares me.
I'm with, I want to know that there's something there.
yes.
And me, 1 year into the relationship, I already started saying it.
Yeah.
We're going somewhere. If we know we're not going somewhere now, leave me now.
If I meet a guy and he's well, as obviously I'm a black girl, I meet a guy and he's like, oh, I'm taking the year off to like figure out myself or whatever. White people understand that, but I don't understand that
Like,
because
yeah.
I'm coming from where it's like you go to elementary, you go into high school, you go into this, you go in master's
All
PhD, like
together,
it's
yeah.
like boom, 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 boom,
Yeah.
like no time for breaks, like nothing.
Yeah.
But white people are more laid back, like you've been saying, like they okay, yeah, you're figuring out your life, okay, you don't have a job yet, you're trying to find yourself or your spirituality. I don't have time for that.
That's the
So
thing.
it's like if I'm dating you early on, I'm like, okay, like are we compatible? Do I see this thing long term or not? But I feel like more white people are like more laid back in the sense that they're not necessarily thinking of like the future like as soon as possible.
I think you guys are making a point, and I think that's what scares me being with a black girl, because black girls know what they want
Yes.
and when they want it, and I think that scares me. Being with a white girl or someone other than white, I think that they are more into the let's go with the flow type of living. I'm afraid for a girl to tell me that, oh look, we're dating, we're gonna get married. Like when
Yes.
someone says that, that scares me.
Yeah.
That scares
you
me.
have to look at everything in context.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to go with the flow, but sometimes, as long as you see there's love, I mean, I believe there's love, but I think sometimes in life, yeah, you do things for a selfish purpose. Like some people want to get their papers.
Yeah.
So people actually want to, the parents of a girl are probably rich, and and they would just like, so you can't actually just zero in on, okay, how your social status goes up. I think sometimes you have to actually look at the relationship case by case. There are actually some relationships that they probably are attracted to each other, and it actually works for them. But there's some people who actually just don't know what they want and just go with the flow.
Black girls were not like that, and that's why you tend to see a lot of black girls tend to date older, because we feel
Yeah.
that
Yes.
once you are
Yeah.
older,
You know what you
we
want.
don't have
Yeah.
to pressure
Exactly.
Yeah.
You already have your life together. You know what
you.
you're
Yes,
doing.
and a lot of black girls too would like to date an older, in some cases, older white guy, because usually sometimes when white guys are in their like 28, they kind of have like a
Yes.
like a focus. They're either businessmen, so
Yes.
we want someone older because we don't have to nag you about what do you want to do, what do you want to do constantly.
So basically, are they intimidated by black women?
I would say,
Ooh,
Or are you like?
I think
No, that's
Because okay, let me give you an instance now.
Okay.
If you see a black girl walking down the street, she has like PhD, she has all her stuff together, she has a good job, good paying job, she's earning more than you, and a white girl now who's like, I don't know, she's not up to that standard, who would you go for? You would go for the
personally, I like ambitious women.
okay.
So I wouldn't be intimidated to go for someone who has a PhD, someone who is even making more than I am. That's my personal,
I see where she's coming from. That is that the fact that it looks like they are intimidated by a black girl.
Yes,
so
I
that's
feel like
why I
that's
keep
what it
saying the age makes such a difference, because you now, as you are not going to be looking for a guy your age, Because
No.
what you want and what he wants is not the same. And if you're looking
Yeah.
for a black guy your age, you're not wasting your time.
At the point, I think we're getting to a culture, like when you come from a black culture, you have to pay a bride price. You have to go do
Yes!
You have to understand something. We're coming to a world whereby everyone is actually trying hustling to save as much as they can.
Yeah.
And you know, okay, if I'm going to go with this white girl,
Yeah.
I'm not going to pay $1 million
and
buy
if I
beer
go-
for the whole men in the
If
plane.
I go with
You're not
an
doing all
Indian,
that.
they pay me.
Hey!
Yeah. Old British
So
system
you
too,
people,
they pay.
please, can I say something?
Yes.
So you guys don't value your tradition?
No,
What
I
are
don't
you
value the
talking about?
tradition. It's just
What
I
are
don't
you
see
talking-
why I should give my hard-earned money to someone I don't really know.
It's tradition though.
Have
Just
have
what
you
No,
seen the list before?
I think that tradition
The village
should be-
women, the young men, like what are they doing with the drinks you're giving to them?
Well, I guess tradition is tradition, and I always argue that tradition, you keep tradition and all that.
Yeah.
I mean, eventually, if I get married to an African and I have to pay, I'll pay. But it makes no sense to me. You understand? And in this day and age where we have feminists, African feminists, if you want to be a feminist,
Pay your own.
pay your own or pay half, right?
For me, I actually don't even mind dating a white guy, whether you.
like I like to laugh. Like I'm
Yeah,
very like interactive. Like you have to understand what I'm saying and I have to understand
But you know,
what
I'm
you're
sure
saying.
seeing both have an
Huh?
issue. Me, if I see a white girl and a black guy, and I see a black guy and a white girl, like
It's
it doesn't
cool,
faze
right?
me. I'm not like, oh, you need to find someone black girl who can treat you. It doesn't faze
I don't.
me.
It doesn't face me. I just get jealous. I'm like, well, I'm
I
not
get
that
that
fine, but it can be with me, like.
I'm probably jealous of the white
Yeah.
girl that's listening. That's probably true.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I'm like, what you see in her that I can't
Yeah,
do whatever.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm
That's
and I'm like,
You're
she's probably
salty.
I'm like lightly salty.
That's exactly what I said.
Because when I see a black guy and a white girl, I'm just like, oh, she's only with him for the D. And I'm like, well, he's only with her in a relationship because she would do anything to stay with him to keep getting the big D. Done. That's just what I think.
But is that not
It
like
might not be real, but that's just my saltiness. I guess I should clarify, like if it's a white guy who is more open or whatever, that's fine. But if you're just like you think we live in huts or like we have lions as like dogs in
So
Africa,
close-minded, like
then
thank you.
like we can't vibe. Like sorry.